What if the new Heartland season begins with the one thing Amy never expected? Season 20 could be setting up a major change that affects her family, her future, and the ranch she has spent her entire life protecting. The trailer may look peaceful at first, with beautiful horses, familiar faces, and the quiet life fans love, but underneath that calm could be a story that changes everything. Amy may be standing at a crossroads, and one decision could decide what happens next for the entire Heartland family. So what is really coming in season 20? And why does this new chapter already feel so different? Heartland has always been about family, love, healing, and finding a way forward when life does not go as planned. But season 20 could take that idea to a much bigger level. Amy is no longer the same young woman we first met. Over the years, she has faced heartbreak, loss, new love, family problems, and some of the hardest moments of her life. Through all of it, the ranch has remained the place where she feels most connected to her family and to the horses she helps. Now, as a new season begins, Amy may have to decide what kind of future she really wants. The biggest question surrounding the new season is what comes next for Amy. She has spent so much of her life putting other people first. She has helped her family through difficult times, supported the people she loves, and continued the work that was passed down to her. But there comes a point when even someone as strong as Amy has to stop and ask what she wants for herself. That could become one of the main emotional stories of season 20. The official trailer could also give fans a look at a Heartland that feels familiar but slightly different. The ranch is still there. The horses are still at the center of Amy's world. The family is still connected by the land they call home. But the people around Amy are changing, and those changes could force her to look at her own life in a new way. There may also be signs that something unexpected is about to happen. A quiet conversation, an emotional look, or even a simple moment between two characters could carry more meaning than it first appears. Heartland has always been good at hiding big emotional moments inside small scenes, and season 20 could be doing the same thing. What looks like an ordinary day at the ranch may actually be the beginning of a major turning point. And then there is Amy's connection with the horses. Her gift has always allowed her to understand animals in a way few others can. But in season 20, that gift could become even more important. A horse in trouble could bring Amy into a new situation, one that forces her to face something in her own life. Helping a horse heal may once again become a mirror for Amy's own journey. The real excitement comes from the feeling that Amy is about to enter a new chapter. She has already survived so much, but surviving is not the same as knowing where you want to go next. Season 20 could finally ask Amy to choose her own path. And if the trailer is giving us even the smallest clue about what is coming, this new journey may be much more emotional than fans are expecting. Amy thought she finally understood what her life was supposed to look like. Heartland was home. The ranch was her responsibility, and the people she loved were the center of everything she did. But sometimes life changes before you are ready for it. Season 20 could place Amy in a situation where she can no longer simply continue doing what she has always done. This time, she may have to make a choice that could change her future in a way nobody at the ranch saw coming. One of the most interesting parts of Amy's story is that she has always been able to help others find their way, especially when horses are frightened, hurt, or unable to trust people. She can see what others cannot. But when it comes to her own life, things are not always that simple. Amy can understand a horse with one look, yet understanding her own heart can be much harder. That difference could become a major part of her story in season 20. The trailer could show Amy facing a horse that needs more than just her usual skills. Maybe the animal is scared, aggressive, or carrying a past that makes it impossible to trust anyone. Amy may see something familiar in that horse. A struggle to move forward, a fear of being hurt again, a need for someone to believe in it. Helping that horse could become more than another case for Amy. It could force her to look at parts of herself she has been trying to ignore. At the same time, Amy's personal life could become just as complicated. She may find herself caught between the future she has planned and a new opportunity that she never expected. This could involve the ranch, her family, her work, or even a relationship. The important thing is that Amy may finally have to stop asking what everyone else needs from her and start asking what she truly wants. That could create tension inside the Heartland family. When one person changes direction, everyone around them feels it. Lou may have her own ideas about what Amy should do. Tim could worry about what the change means for the ranch. Even the younger members of the family may begin to feel the effects. Nobody wants to see Heartland lose the person who has helped hold everything together, but Amy cannot stay in the same place forever. And then there is Phoenix. Amy's bond with Phoenix could become one of the most emotional parts of this new chapter. Phoenix is more than a horse in her story. The connection between them represents trust, patience, and the idea that healing takes time. If Amy faces a major decision, Phoenix could once again be there during one of her most difficult moments. What makes this storyline so exciting is that Amy may not be facing a simple problem with an easy answer. She could be standing between the life she knows and the life waiting for her. One road keeps everything familiar. The other could take her somewhere completely new, and that is where Season 20 could become something bigger than another season of Heartland. It could be about Amy finally realizing that moving forward does not mean leaving her past behind. It means taking everything she has learned and using it to build a future that truly belongs to her. The question is whether she will have the courage to make that choice when the moment finally arrives. Something feels different at the Heartland Ranch. Everyone may be going about their normal lives, but there could be a problem growing quietly in the background. Season 20 has the chance to bring a family secret or unexpected situation that nobody is prepared to face. And the most shocking part may be that the person hiding the truth is not someone fans would expect. Amy could be the first person to notice that something is wrong. She knows her family better than almost anyone, and she can often tell when someone is keeping something inside. A strange conversation, a sudden change in behavior, or someone refusing to explain where they have been could be enough to make Amy suspicious. At first, she may try to stay out of it. But when the problem begins affecting the people she loves, staying quiet may no longer be possible. This could create a new kind of tension between the family members. Heartland has always been a place where people eventually come together, even after arguments and painful moments. But what happens when someone believes they are protecting the family by keeping a secret? That question could become one of the biggest parts of Season 20. Tim could also find himself in the middle of the trouble. He has always had a strong personality, and he is not afraid to make difficult choices when he thinks he is doing what is best. But this time, his decision could have consequences for everyone. If he knows something Amy does not, their relationship could become much more complicated. Lou may have her own battle as well. She has built a life outside the ranch, but Heartland has never stopped being part of who she is. If a major family problem appears, Lou may be forced to choose between her own plans and being there for the people who need her. That could bring her closer to Amy, or it could create another disagreement between the sisters. Georgie could also have an important role in this new chapter. Her life has changed so much, and Season 20 could show just how far she has come. But growth often comes with difficult choices. If Georgie returns to Heartland facing a problem of her own, Amy may once again become someone she turns to for support. Their relationship could give the season some of its strongest emotional scenes, but there is another possibility that could make the story even more surprising. What if the biggest change is not caused by an argument or a family secret, but by someone deciding to leave? A character could receive an opportunity that takes them far away from Heartland. It could be a dream they have waited years to achieve. But accepting it could mean leaving the people they love behind. That kind of storyline would hit the Heartland family hard because the ranch has always been about staying connected. People may grow older, move forward, and choose different paths, but the bond between them remains. Season 20 could test that bond like never before. The real question is not simply whether the family will face another problem. It is whether they can stay together when everyone starts wanting something different. Amy may want a new future. Lou may have her own plans. Georgie may be ready for another chapter. Tim may be trying to protect what he has built. And somewhere in the middle of all of this could be one truth that changes everything. If the trailer is hiding that secret, then fans may want to watch every scene carefully. Because on Heartland, The smallest moment can sometimes lead to the biggest change. What if the biggest moment in the season 20 trailer is not the scene that looks the most dramatic, but the one that lasts only a few seconds? Heartland has a way of telling emotional stories without giving everything away. A short look between two characters, a horse suddenly reacting, or Amy standing alone at the ranch could be enough to tell us that something much bigger is happening beneath the surface. This is where the new season could become especially interesting. Instead of giving fans every answer, the trailer may leave behind small clues. One character could appear less often than expected. Another could suddenly have a much bigger role. A familiar location could look completely different. These details may seem simple at first, but together they could point toward a major storyline waiting to unfold. Amy could be at the center of that mystery. Imagine seeing her standing in the middle of the ranch, looking toward the fields, while the people around her continue moving forward. It could be a quiet scene, but the meaning behind it might be huge. Amy may be thinking about everything that has happened and wondering whether she is ready to make a decision that cannot easily be undone. There could also be a powerful horse story hidden inside the trailer. A new horse arriving at Heartland might seem like another normal part of Amy's work, but the animal could have a connection to a much deeper problem. Maybe its owner is facing a difficult situation. Maybe the horse refuses to trust anyone. Or maybe helping this animal forces Amy to confront a painful part of her own past. The emotional side of season 20 could become even stronger if someone from Amy's past suddenly returns. Heartland has never forgotten where its characters came from, and an unexpected return could bring old feelings back to the surface. It would not need to be a huge dramatic entrance. Even one conversation could change the way Amy sees her future. Then there is the question fans will probably be asking throughout the season: who is staying and who is moving on? As the Heartland family grows, change becomes unavoidable. Someone may take a new job. Someone may choose a new relationship. Someone may decide that their dream is somewhere beyond the ranch. These changes do not have to mean the family is falling apart, but they could create some very emotional moments, and that may be the real message behind the season 20 trailer. Heartland is not just about keeping everything the same. It is about learning how to hold on to the people and places that matter while still allowing life to move forward. Amy understands that better than anyone, but knowing something and accepting it are two very different things. Be why the end of the trailer. There could be one final image that leaves fans with more questions than answers. Maybe Amy looks shocked. Maybe a family member delivers unexpected news. Maybe a horse runs towards someone we did not expect to see. Whatever that final moment turns out to be, it could become the clue that fans spend weeks trying to understand. Season 20 may not simply ask what happens next at Heartland. It may ask what happens when the people who built their lives around the ranch finally have to decide what comes after it. And if the trailer is only giving us a small glimpse of that story, then the biggest surprises may still be waiting. The biggest question is no longer what season 20 will look like. It is what kind of future the Heartland family is walking into. After everything Amy and her family have been through, this new chapter could be about more than another problem at the ranch. It could be about change, growing up, letting go, and finding the courage to choose what comes next. Amy may discover that protecting Heartland does not always mean keeping everything exactly the same. Sometimes, protecting what you love means accepting that people will grow, dreams will change, and life will take everyone in different directions. That could be one of the hardest lessons she has ever faced. The trailer may also be setting up a much more emotional story for Amy and the people closest to her. There could be moments of happiness, but there may also be tears, difficult conversations, and decisions that cannot be taken back. The family may disagree, but those disagreements could ultimately remind them why Heartland has always been special. The horses will remain an important part of that story. Every time Amy helps an animal, she learns something about patience, trust, and healing. In season 20, those lessons could connect directly to what is happening in her own life. A horse that refuses to trust could reflect Amy's fears. A horse that finally finds peace could represent Amy accepting a new future, and perhaps that is why this season could feel so different. Heartland has never been about perfect lives. It has always been about imperfect people trying to find their way back to each other. Season 20 could continue that tradition while pushing the characters into places they have never been before. Amy's journey may be the heart of it all. She has spent years helping everyone else find hope. Now she may need to find that hope for herself. Whatever decision she makes, it could affect the future of the ranch and the people who call it home. So when the official trailer arrives and fans begin looking at every frame, every conversation, and every mysterious moment, there may be more hidden in those scenes than we first realize. One small detail could reveal where Amy's story is heading. One familiar face could change everything. And one unexpected decision could become the moment fans remember most from Season 20. The next chapter of Heartland may be about moving forward without forgetting the past. It may be about choosing family while still following your own dreams. And most importantly, it may show Amy finally realizing that she does not have to choose between who she was and who she wants to become. That is what makes Season 20 so exciting. The ranch is still home, the family is still connected, and the horses are still waiting. But the people standing there are not the same people they were before. Something is changing at Heartland. And when that change finally arrives, it could affect everyone.